Welcome.
Thank you.
Ms. Handschin.
Thank you, everyone. It is really my honor to be here. And of course, this, this particular convention on transnational crime is not something that I'm very familiar with, in fact. But from the beginning, when I arrived yesterday, I felt so at home and amazed by the discussions, because what we're talking about in Geneva, what we're talking about in New York, the issue of empowering the youth, it's the same everywhere. I felt I could contribute to every single side event that I attended, even not as an expert, actually. So that makes me think that, in a sense, everyone can do that. They just aren't aware, actually, of possibilities. So, maybe just one mention, we are, in fact, next week, we have a training for young people on the right to development and the convention that goes along with the right to development, actually. So in the same way that, in fact, I will send you our invitation, huh? So we're inviting a group of young people to come to Geneva, about 15 from Africa, one from Asia, from all over, and they come to learn about advocacy at the UN and actually how to fight for the SDGs in maybe at a different level, where they really can relate to the government's perspective through the convention, through understanding. So maybe, and as I think is my task and responsibility here, just wanted to maybe mention a word about each of the speakers. I'm always amazed by Costa Rica, whom we've invited also as speakers, and also we have some networking in Geneva with Costa Rican mission. Because what I see every time I hear them speak, the ambassadors or experts from there speak, I always get this idea that because it's one thing just to say, well, they have no army, but actually what happens over time when you don't have to focus on military and defense and offense is actually you start filling up with other creative ideas related to development and reconciliation, all these kind of things. So anyway, appreciation to them. Mrs. Grassley, it's the second time I've heard you speak, actually. I'm so moved, actually, because I think how much we are enjoying our food or not enjoying our food, and we're never really thinking about where it came from, or especially the women behind where it came from. So I think this is such a healthy, exciting kind of opportunity to really learn about this sector of society that we had maybe no kind of personal connection with, except what kind of food we like or not, but to really understand where it came from and behind it, the projects and programs. Again, by focusing on the idea of wanting to elevate our awareness, you came up with all these creative ideas of bringing youth and all kinds of different people in society into this. And so we have to really share this. We have to share this more widely. UNODC, anyway, I'm not always only positive person. I also get upset. But I have to say I'm really excited about, even yesterday as I sat through these different side events, always there was mention of the civil society unit, the youth, and even if I listen to now, again, because you're focusing on youth, how many creative ideas that you come up with to how to engage youth. And again, how can we make this circle wider? And I felt even yesterday, 2 times, I heard how excited governments were that so many NGOs were showing up. I mean, in the past, and I have to say in the area of human rights, sometimes the governments prefer not to have too many NGOs around, because it's maybe more complaint. But here it's more like we want to work together and we want to appreciate each other. We want to do better. And of course, for UNODC also, their focus on family, which you cannot skip that level, that's youth, yes, civil society, yes, but then there's family, and then there's community and government, and our IAYSP youth. Thank you so much. Of course, I know you. Thank you. It's amazing how when we have positions of responsibility, we develop skills and capacities that maybe if we don't, we never know that aspect of ourselves. And I think there are so many young people actually in the world who would need these kind of opportunities to some kind of leadership training through participating, through engagement. And I know that is the whole purpose of your work. So maybe last word is so we are not so many here today. So we have responsibility. Also, our media team down here, Lily and Tony and our cameraman, and we have responsibility to make sure that these ideas and this inspiration do not just stay in this room, but that it is passed out, because I think we're really in a moment where we can go far in a positive way, or we can close down. I don't even want to mention some of the things that are happening even in Europe, in Eurasia, but there's such a positive element to be shared too. So let's sort of be messengers for that. And I have to say thank you. Also, I just want to say especially thank you to Renate, who is not speaking today, but is really like carrying the burden of making sure this, with her team. Of course, she has Imgard and she has our Merle, different teammates who are working. But thank you so much, because it's really an incredible sharing of ideas today. And thank you.